if you will. You have a building with 100 separate units, all owned by different people. How do you operate that building? Who decides when it gets painted and what color? Who decides like what temperature to have the pool at? Some people might want it cold to save money, and some people might want it warmer to use it. Everybody has a different agenda. So, how can you ever operate a community like that? Simple. It's called a homeowners association. So what is a homeowners association or an HOA anyway? A homeowners association is a nonprofit corporation that's set up to run a common interest development. A common interest development can be a condominium complex, a stock co-op, or even a development of single-family residents that share park space, a private gate, roads, or that sort of thing. And the Homeowners Association is essentially a quasi-government that's set up to operate it. Let me explain how. The CC&Rs and bylaws are kind of like the Constitution. The bylaws lay out the rules of governance. So things like the rules of the election, how many people serve on the board of directors, what their jobs are and what their requirements are. And the CC&Rs, which stands for covenants, conditions, and restrictions, those are rules that are on the actual properties themselves and the members, the owners that have them. So these are overlying rules that are hard to change. You can change them, but it generally takes a super majority, and it's a bigger deal to change the CC&Rs, and they run with the property. Now, you also have just your regular rules and regulations. Much easier to change. That's done by the board of directors. They need a majority vote by the board, and usually the only requirement is, I think in California, a 28-day posting to the membership. The HOA manager, they're kind of like a combination between the police and the city manager. So like the city manager, they help carry out the day-to-day operating of the business part of the HOA, and like the police, they're there to help enforce the rules, post notice of violations, and that sort of thing. Another way that the Homeowners Association resembles the government is with the board of directors. They're very similar to a city council. Board of directors gives direction to the manager, the HOA manager. And perhaps the biggest similarity is the board answers to the members, which is much like the city council answers to the voters. So if the members don't like the decisions that the board of directors are making, they can vote them out. And that's the ultimate power, just like our government. The government has taxes. Homeowners Association has the monthly assessments and special assessments. So your monthly dues, is what they're commonly called, are your monthly assessments. And if there's a special assessment, that can also be put on by the Homeowners Association. Just like taxes, somebody has to pay the bill. Now, what rules does a Homeowners Association answer to? Well, in the state of California, it's governed by something called the Davis-Sterling Act. And that lays out the rules that homeowners associations have to abide by. So, if you feel like you want to run for Congress or city council but don't want to go quite through the trouble, maybe just join your HOA board. I know this is a lot, and I hope this explanation helps. When you need a professional, please reach out to the Mike